Fancy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Gluten Power Hour, the Semolina Sit Down. Go ahead.
Welcome to FancyBread. I'm Adrian.
I'm Ed.
And I just want to start by saying I don't like crumbs on my seats. And what do I mean by that? Well, when you go to a restaurant and they welcome you with this big smile and they walk you towards your table and they open up the seat so that you can sit down. And the first thing you see, either on the banquette or your seats, you see crumbs, breadcrumbs, corn, mac and cheese, whatever it may be.
Hair.
There is something on that seat or on that table or around it that is not meant to be there. And the reason it's not meant is because we say reset the table. And by resetting is resetting the illusion, the spell. And as soon as someone sees that, it's gone. Why do I bring this up? Recently, I took a little vacation and we went to this hotel. And as soon as we walked in, we were like super tired. We did a late check-in. You know, we had some car trouble, whatever the reason may be. We got to the hotel late, which means that they had plenty of time to have the room reset. Walk into the room, you find that there's stuff on the floor from someone else, like a little stuffed animal. In between the sheets, there's crumbs because someone ate there, but they didn't bother to clean it. And as soon as you see that, the first thing you ask yourself is, did they clean this place? Who was here before? What did they do before me? Is this the way that they handle everything else? At that point, I ask myself, are these sheets changed? Did they not change them? Are they clean? And then you ask, was the person that came here before? Because I mean, if they didn't clean the room, well, how do you know about the sheets? How do you know about the bathroom? So all these things start to really break that spell, break that illusion of you to have a good time. And instead of you just having a great time, you're thinking about those things that were not done. And that's why crumbs in my seats, napkins under the table, food residue somewhere. No. Now, what things can we do about that? Well, number one, you can definitely take care of it. And that's a server responsibility because it's your station. It's your responsibility. Yes, you can have certain resistance, buzzards, you name it. But at the end of the day, it is your responsibility that your station where your guests are seating is up to you. And if you don't take care of that, then that's going to reflect on your tip as well. So let's keep an eye on those. And also another thing that we can do and we can stop doing at times is because sometimes we're busy. And guests just want to sit. They've been waiting a little while.
Yeah.
And then the hostess, the greeter, whatever you want to call it, they're just trying to please the guests. Let's try to sit you as quickly as possible. But that also is something that backfires. You want to tell your guests, I understand the delay.
Right.
It's uncomfortable, but we require a little bit of moments so that we can make sure that your table is ready.
Yeah.
And then, again, they waited a little bit. They can wait another 2 minutes just so that we can set that up. And I know it sucks because we just want to take care of it. We got to get it done. But am I?
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of things that you have to not think about in order to live a happy life.
Please, elaborate.
Just in general, okay? There's a lot of things that if you think too much about and you become sort of like a hypochondriac, you don't really live a chill life. So I don't like to think about those things.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about who has been in a bed, you ever stayed in an Airbnb?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you think about stuff like that, you don't really stay in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way. If you think about stuff like that for real, you can't stay anywhere.
True.
Because everywhere is a little dirty.
It is.
Unless you're going to bring your own silverware to a restaurant.
Which, please don't. I've had that. I had a guest bring a steak knife once, but please, go ahead.
You're going to use silverware that someone else used. I mean, it's goofy as shit when people come to the restaurant and they ask for boiling water
Yeah.
to sanitize their silverware in.
Yeah.
I mean, in retrospect, I get it.
Yeah, we
But
do.
but I mean, it's goofy.
Yeah.
It's goofy. The plate that your food is on is washed, but it's reused. And you can extrapolate that to everything. Everything.
Yeah.
The person who sat down before you could have been a nasty fuck.
Yeah.
Farting and shitting and who the hell knows.
Leaving hair and glitter in that banquette.
So yes, I think you make a great point. There's things that shouldn't slide, but I don't like to think too much about that.
Yeah.
Because when I'm about to sit down somewhere and if I see crumbs, I just move them out of the way because I'm just not that. I'm detail oriented with certain things, But I don't like to think too much about that because then I'll go, I won't live comfortably.
Of course. It goes
is
from
what it
person to
is.
person, of course.
Yeah, man.
And some
I like
people
to
make
let
a
shit
fuss
slide.
about it. Some people don't. And the reality is that had that place been clean, they could have get a full payment. But instead, they didn't because we had to, of course, make a claim.
Right,
and,
right,
And you have to go through all that. And then see, are they going to leave a review? Because they do have every right. And it becomes a nuisance.
Service 101, it's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Crumbs in the seat are absolutely disgusting and unacceptable. But in terms of like the human aspect of it, the OCD aspect of it, I don't like to think too much about it.
Yeah.
Because then, you'll go crazy. Yeah. But it's funny you bring that up though.
Cool. Because we're going to keep that later on. Go ahead, keep going. You go ahead.
Go if you have more to say, go ahead.
Hey, I'll bring that in.
It's funny you bring that up, right?
Go ahead.
Speaking about like cleanliness and germs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do you, and we've talked about this before, but I just wanted to bring it up again because it came up recently.
Yeah.
Do you ever eat off of guests' plates?
That's happened. We've all done it.
Okay, so look.
We've all done it.
All right, so just for the sake of the show and clarity,
Yeah.
eating off of guest plates.
It's a big no.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Eating off of guest plates. Is it absolutely disgusting? Yes. Eating off of guest plates. Should you do it? Absolutely not. Eating off of guest plates. Do we do it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. It's just the nature of the biz. Now it's circumstantial.
Of course.
Okay. If someone took a bite out of whatever, make it simple, a mozzarella stick.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to turn the mozzarella stick around and then bite the other end of it.
No.
No. All right. That's
No.
an excuse. You're scapegoating now. That's fucking disgusting. Okay. But under the circumstances I do eat, okay, there's a humongous porterhouse and I'm serving the steak.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe conveniently, I will hide one piece of New York strip on this side of the bone. Serve everybody. That piece, I'm eating that fucking piece. Okay? There's 8
That's
lamb.
a tax. That's your separate tax.
Right. There's 8 lamb chops on a plate. They grabbed 7 of them. Do you want us to box this up for you? No. Okay, no problem. The guest is acknowledging that lamb chop is for me.
Yeah.
Basically. I just want everybody to
Well,
know.
like you said, a mozzarella stick, you say there's 3 and they touch 1. There's 2 untouched.
Right. Listen.
There you go.
The circumstances.
Now, we'll say some people on the back will see that mozzarella stick. And that is why the rule is there. Because that's the way for you to get sick. Listen, don't do that.
That's
please.
fucking disgusting.
It's gross. The reason that rule is there.
Oh, that's
is for
gross.
that.
That's so gross. I mean, listen. If a guest has a dish, anything that's on that dish, I won't touch. But if it's a circumstance where it's like a family style dining vibe, and there's one big plate of meat that's being served from with serving utensils, I might grab a piece of that. But flip the mozzarella stick around, that's fucking criminal, bro. Oh my God.
Or sauces are like dipping in the sauces that you know that they dip. Don't do it.
If you're gonna do something wrong, do it right.
Please.
Okay, do it right for God's sake.
Thank you. Now, speaking of food, another thing that I noticed during my trip is that a lot of restaurants like to auction their food. And what is auctioning food? Well, it means that you, the person that is bringing food to the table, because you're a server, runner, SA, whatever it is, management, they tell you table X, table 101, or table 100, bring the mozzarella sticks and bring the ribeye. And then just grab mozzarella sticks and ribeye. They go to the table 100 and say, who's got the mozzarella sticks? And who's got the ribeye? Well, that's not how we do it in fancy or upscale restaurants. We do have seat numbers, you see? Now, depending on the style of the restaurant that you are, some like to say, seat 1 is the one that back faces the host stand, or seat 1 is the one that back faces or front faces the kitchen. It doesn't matter. What matters is the one that we all agree upon. A management issue, of course, they're the one that has to say, that will always be seat 1. Now, the issue with everybody else having a different seat is that, for example, someone might say, oh, I like to put that as seat number 1. And only you know that and everybody else that works with you. But if the manager comes in with the mozzarella sticks and the porterhouse, and then seat number one, and your number one is not the same as theirs, we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And where does auctioning goes over the top? Well, sometimes there's 2 ribeyes on the table, and then you see I have a ribeye here with some mash, and people were like, "Is that the one medium?" And then they just go and just get real close to it and like, "Oh yeah, I think that's the medium right here. There you go." Runners, stop touching food for fuck's sakes. And then you see where the discrepancy lies? Auctioning food is just not nice. Frictionless service is the best service. So what way would that be? In this case, if you're standing right where you are looking at us, I'll be seat 1, that will be seat 2. If there be 4 seats, then I'll be seat 2, 3, and 4, because we do count empty chairs. We call them ghost chairs. It is important so that we always bring the plate right where it needs to land.
Yeah. I would say having seat numbers in a restaurant is like a determining factor between a casual restaurant and fine dining. That might be one of the the first things on the checklist: seat numbers, uniforms, right hand, left hand, backhand stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, it's important. When you have a big party and you have specific seat numbers, it's very important that people stay in their chairs.
Yeah.
I had a situation where I had an 8 top, it became a 9 top, and this all happened when I was away from the floor for like 50 seconds.
Yeah.
My food came out, and I went to the table, and it was a complete shit show. And rather than them understanding that it was their fault, they got all upset. And they were like, "Oh, where's my ribeye?" I'm like, "Oh, your ribeye's over here." And they were like, "Oh, I don't understand." I was like, "Well, what you need to understand is," what I said was, what I hope that you would try to understand is that where you're sitting is where your food is going specifically. And when you added this chair and you all shifted down, you changed the entire dynamic of our seating system.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know.
Or the easier way to mention it to a guest is after the order is taken, your seat number has been assigned. If after the order is taken, you choose to change seats with Jose or Maria so that you can talk to each other and all that, that's fine. But when the food comes over, it's your responsibility to say, "Oh, I switched places with Jose or Maria. He has that. I have this." That can happen. Sometimes we, the servers, can pick on that too. And as soon as the food arrives, which the best place you want to be is next to the table when the food drops. Not always is the issue. Very important. But when you can, that's also a good point for you to say, no, that person has this, that person has that. Now, we only take seat numbers. We do not point into person in the red dress has this or person in the black suit has that. We don't normally do that. Hostesses do that. And oh my God, have you seen some of those notes?
Oh yeah.
They can get they can get weird. They can get real quick.
Yeah. Fat bitch, blonde wig, red dress.
Oh my gosh. You see people's souls when you read through those notes.
Asking people to acknowledge that they have moved and switched with someone else, that's asking a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what percentage of people are going to do that?
No, again, I use that disclaimer when we need to put people in their place, right? I had this situation, for example, the other day. Miscommunication between me and the guests. The guests were like, "Oh, we'll have these 2 sides." And I asked them, "Sir, would you like to only have those 2 sides for your main course? Would you like to have that with something else?" No. That'll be all. Food comes out. They have their sides because some guests just want to be cheap or they want to stay on the healthy side. And they're like, "Where's our steaks?" And I'm like, "What steaks, sir?" Yeah. I asked you and I repeated at you if you wanted something else with that. You said no. And then he started mumbling. And I'm like, "Sir, please raise your voice. This is the reason why we had this inconvenience.
Right.
Would you like me to bring you the steak and some fresh sides? Or would you like me to bring you the steak and some different sides? What would you like?" I was like, "Sir, again, this is why we had this issue." He's like, "Just bring the steak, please." Thank you. So at times we have to educate our guests in the fact that they are doing something that is going to drive them to another mistake later on down the road. So that's why we have to sometimes educate our guests. Yeah. So again, after we take the order, your seat has been assigned. That's a good way for you to be like, "Oh, okay, I messed up."
Oh yeah. When you walk out to the dining room,
yeah,
and you see that the dining room is full of women.
Yeah.
I'm talking about majority full. Let's call it 90%.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's been, my first impression would have been a charity shift. But I gotta say, I've been getting a lot of tips from females lately. So, I mean, that might change. I mean, like, okay. But still, our first reaction will be like,
we're talking about general
charity shift.
data.
Yep.
I'm talking about, I'm glad you've been making money lately.
Yeah, thank God.
General data. I see a room full of female diners, and I'm not talking about couples or one or two bachelorette parties. I'm talking about, you look around, you're like, wow, there's a lot of women in here. What I think is, fuck.
Charity shift.
Listen, man.
Bing.
The restaurant industry, like any other industry, is about data. And data has shown us that men tip more than women. They eat more, they drink more, they tip more. So that's why when I see a room full of women, I say, fuck. Yeah.
Well,
It is what it is.
that might be a data on another time. I'm not sure if I
What
can bring it up.
does
Go ahead.
what does a perfect dining room look like to you?
Oh, mix. A lot of couples. I like couples a lot.
To me, I want to walk into a dining room and hear a fucking like I'm walking into a farm of squealing pigs. I just want to walk into a dining room and see nothing but fat, grotesque, disgusting men. Just big poppies. Just big motherfuckers. That's all I want to see. I want to see suits, and I want to see gel hair, and I want to see just people.
Or lack of. Oh. Those are even better. When you see the hairline on the back, you'll be like, yes.
Woo! Oh my God, that's what a good dining room looks like to me, man. I want to see some wine drinkers. I want to see some double, like, neat scotches. You know what I mean?
Ooh, those are always nice.
I want to see a double Macallan 18. You know, I want $100 round of multiple cocktails to start. That's what I want. You know, I want a guy to say, "Bring us all a round of drinks and bring me the wine list." That's what I want to see.
Great point, because that goes into.
I'd love it. I'd love for women to do that.
Please go ahead.
I'd love for it. Don't misunderstand. I would love to walk into a room and see a bunch of fucking gorditas everywhere. Like, I want women to do this, but you just don't.
But data says you don't.
You don't, dude. I mean, it is what it is. Go ahead.
There you go. But that goes into Miami Spice, because it's here and it is back. And if you don't know what Miami Spice is, we do have a full episode on what Miami Spice is. Short version for the month of August and September. On certain days, make sure to check the website. You can do a 3-course meal for $65 a person. Okay, now there are a bunch of disclaimers onto that. Again, you can check our episode. We'll put it down in the descriptions for you to check it out. But if not, find it for Miami Spice 2025. Now, what I wanted to mention about this, because there's two kinds of experiences when it comes to Miami Spice: the customer experience and the server experience. Now, do you have you tried any Miami Spice, sir?
I have not.
You have not. I have tried 2 Miami Spice. And I got to say, it's a very different feel myself as a customer when I did it on years prior. I would say, oh, let's go and do Miami Spice and just order a bunch of stuff around it. It was great. Well, let's just get a bunch more drinks and then just do Miami Spice. But now it has me to the point that Liv will say, hey, let's keep it in the budget. Let's do Miami Spice and get out of there.
It's not cheap to eat out, man.
It's not cheap to eat out.
Eating out is not cheap.
And to the point that some of these restaurants have become you know what? I haven't been there in a while, or I'm not sure if I want to go there because the price is a little bit too much. But then you say, oh, Miami Spice, I'm going to give it a try. And I would say I was pleasantly surprised. I went to a couple of restaurants, and even though the things that they did not have on the Miami Spice were not the things that I would have normally ordered, I went ahead and I took that shot. And I ended up trying things normally wouldn't have. And I was pleasantly surprised at the fact that these restaurants can manage and handle some simple ingredients and make them taste phenomenal. I went to Lido, and I got to say, from beginning to end, amazing. Great service, great food. I definitely return. And I even went to San Marco as well. They recently were called La Cotolette, but they did a little rehash, and then I went ahead and added some more items. And again, tried a couple of items I wouldn't normally taste, and I would say, wow, this is definitely a restaurant that I would come back to. perhaps maybe on a special occasion, or I would even recommend. So there are pros to Miami Spice. And again, it is not for everyone. So something important to notice.
Miami Spice is Miami Spice is a motherfucker, man. It's like a necessary evil.
Yeah. And more necessary every year because now restaurants are counting on that to put asses on the seats just so that they can stay a little longer until the season comes back, if it does, right? Because it's been rough out there. A lot of restaurants opening, a lot of restaurants closing, a lot of people asking for way too much money for a restaurant. It's really rough out there. We spoke about that last week, etc.
You saw Yardbird closed.
Yardbird
You
closed.
see that, Erica? Yardbird closed.
Yeah. Rough.
See, that doesn't make that stuff like that is crazy to me. Because Yardbird, I haven't been in a while, but it was good, man.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yardbird was good, man.
Yeah, I would go there at least every now and then.
Yardbird
I would
was
say
good, dude.
once or twice a year, I would visit that restaurant.
Yardbird was good, man. Good food. It wasn't crazy expensive.
No.
It wasn't cheap, but it was like, Miami normal. But really good food. Always busy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was staple, man.
It's funny. You have more spice stuff?
No, I wanted to jump into the server experience when it comes to Miami Spice.
You can do that, and then I'll do my point.
Yeah,
after you.
because now when you have Miami Spice guests, clearly they want to come in because they want to have a deal. And, well, you want to cater to that, correct? Because if you have people that want to come in for Miami Spice and you're trying to, like, hook them with something else, or they're going to feel gouged. You're going to feel like this is not what I came here for. I came here for the deal, so offer me the deal, right? Now, what are some of the rules that Miami Spice has that you as a server might want to skew or consider or talk to your management about? To me, one of them is everyone needs to have Miami Spice. Because one thing about Miami Spice is that if two people are on the table and two people, and I want it, then he has to get it as well. That was usually the rule. But nowadays, Miami Spice is a lot cheaper than anything else on the menu. So why would me as a server stand in front of the two of you and say, oh, yeah, no, the two of you need to get it. And you're like, no, but I want to get the ribeye. And the ribeye is like $85. And you're telling, no. You need to get the $65 meal. And then if you want, you can add the ribeye.
Yeah, I think restaurants are pretty logical about that, though.
Yeah.
I've never run into an issue where I do mixed dining and the kitchen is like,
what's going on?
Come in here. They get it.
Yeah.
They get it. It's like a $65 Miami Spice, and then two people aren't even having apps. They're just having main courses, but each one of those main courses costs more than the Miami Spice.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would we say no to that?
Yeah.
When I do say no, the restrictions I do have as a server with Spice guests is I won't let people share, even though some people will try.
Got it.
Like, you're not going to come into the restaurant and do an $82 after tax and everything meal for two. No, that's not working.
No.
Then in that case, you say it requires table participation.
Yeah.
No problem.
Exactly. Because that's the whole point. We can always negotiate and do things that we know that kitchen's going to be okay with. Management's going to be like, okay. Because something that I've done is when people are like, oh, that looks amazing, but we actually wanted to have other things. Well, how about the two of you order the items that you wanted to get and you order a Miami Spice that will complement everything else? And they'll be like, that sounds amazing. And now you just created a great experience
That works
with
too.
items that they probably were not going to try. And now they're like, wow, I never thought about trying that. It's amazing. Maybe next time I come, I will try that. Or I'm going to recommend it. So there are always ways for you to play around it and make sure that both your guests and your management is happy.
I don't really buy into the romanticism of Spice. Spice is here to cater a more economical glimpse of a restaurant to guests that might in the future become patrons. The fuck out of here. The way I see Spice is it's a way for us to make money in the summer. And by us, I mean the entire building.
Yeah.
To make money in the summer, to try to hold off until we get to season. The thing I like about Spice is I don't really put any effort into it. I'm not spieling guests who've said, I want to do Spice. What I feel like a grown-up now is when people want to do Spice, I'm not like, ugh. When people want to do Spice, I do a little, but not a big one. I'm just like, all right, let's get this going. I'm not spieling people. Oh, if you have any questions, by the way, I recommend tuna over the fuck out of here. Here's your Spice menu. Let me know when you're ready. That's it.
Absolutely.
Simple as that.
I get that. I tend not to give guests that of course. It's
No,
to me
no,
important.
no,
I know,
It was just a
but
joke.
some, hey, I know it's a joke, but some servers, you do.
I used to.
You
I used to. I don't do it anymore.
Hey, listen, it's just going to reflect on you. Remember, you're
I've
a
grown
merit.
up a
That's
little
how it is. So if you go to the table and as soon as you say, well, do you want the Miami Spice? Absolutely. Here you go. You have any questions about it? Let me know. If you like any suggestions, of course. And you take care of their order. It's very simple. It's an order taking. Take it off. Make sure they do maintenance on the table or detail, manicure, right? Whichever you like to prefer. I prefer manicure and tables. And just have a wonderful time. Because again, they just want to try things and see the experience.
Yeah.
And that's all you want to do. Let them see, let them try, let them have a good time.
Okay.
End of the day, I've gotten also tips out of Miami Spice. So, and even myself, even though I might go to restaurants because that's how I also use Miami Spice. I haven't been there a while. I want to go, but I want to spend that money. You know what? I'll do the spice. That's it. I go, I try, I tip extra, and I'll leave.
No, I haven't gotten much extras for spice. And to be honest, it's not because I'm treating these people poorly. No, I just haven't gotten a lot of tips for spice.
Okay.
Would you consider a spice guest a VIP?
No.
No. Would you ever consider a spice guest a VIP? I would say it'd be pretty difficult.
Yeah, it'd be very difficult.
Pretty difficult. So there was an issue at work recently where a guest left a bad review because they felt
Coming up quick.
I guess left a bad review because they felt that they weren't getting as much love as the table next to them by the same server.
Of course.
The server in question had both tables.
Got it.
And, they went back and forth. Management went back and forth. And the realization was very simple. Okay. This table that was doing Miami Spice felt like they weren't getting as much love as the table next to them. And they were upset about it.
Yeah.
And the server was like, listen, I served them. But I had a table next to them that was doing a lot of things that required more attention, et cetera, et cetera. It's pretty simple.
It costs more money, it has a lot more attention. That's the reason that they're spending that money for that attention.
Right. So there's a couple of issues here. I think the biggest one is that people need to realize that most of you are not VIPs. You are not a VIP, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's the reason why when we're at pre-shift and we're talking about how the shift is going to go, the manager will be like, we have 200 covers today.
Yeah.
He doesn't say, we have 200 VIPs. He says, we have 200 covers and the VIPs are, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct.
That's just the nature of the biz, papi.
It's how it works.
Most of you are not VIPs. I've said this before. We're not VIPs when we go eat,
Yeah.
right?
And if you want to stay,
You gotta
pay. That's how
right?
it is.
It's like,
it goes
the way it
to,
works,
you
man.
asked me this question before we started the show. You asked me, are we getting our money's worth? And if you go to a Miami Spice and you go to this restaurant that it's expensive, because that's also the reason that you're going there for Miami Spice. You go in and get a deal. Because some restaurants offer Miami Spice.
Right.
And if you were to order those items individually from their menu, you'd be paying around the same money. So you wouldn't necessarily go to that restaurant for Miami Spice. You go to the one that you say, listen, I would normally go there if I would have spent $1,000, but I'm going to go there today and maybe I'm going to get away by spending $300. Just see how it is, have a lovely night. We all have that. It's okay. We all have budgets, bro. Don't be ashamed. So, but the point comes to saying, am I getting my money's worth? And if you see somebody next to you spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and they're getting attention and you're not, you have to ask yourself again, am I getting my money's worth?
Am I a loser?
And the answer is probably is. Because if the main course that's on your menu probably made a little smaller, because we have to work with the portions, of course, to make a ton of profit. If you were to have one of those items off the regular menu and it's more expensive than your Miami Spice, you're getting a deal.
a bargain.
So you're getting a bargain. Yeah. So at that point, you have to tell yourself, we are getting our money's worth.
I just don't get it. The lack of self-awareness sickens me, man. It's really, really bad. You know what else bothers me?
Go for it.
Another lack of self-awareness. When people go to the bathroom and they're there for too long. That fucking annoys me, dude. Do you think it's asking a lot? Or it happens the same way every single time?
Go for it. I love that you brought this. Go.
Birthday girl. Right? Dinner's over. her father, her husband, her boyfriend, her mother wants to do something special for her. Oh, now that Megan is in the bathroom, you think we could do something a little special? Of course, Megan's mother. What would you like to do? Oh, yeah, you want to do a little champagne, a little... Got you. Megan's in the bathroom for 20 fucking minutes. That annoys me to no end, bro. That annoys me so much. Right?
Yes.
It's a complicated
Oh,
situation.
it's very complicated.
Okay? You're our guest. You want to be in the bathroom for 20 minutes? Go ahead. Be in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Pero coño, bro. That annoys me so much.
It goes to show that communication is key, and not only from us serve staff to the customer, but from customers to serve staff. I was going to ask you, have you had a situation where something happened on your table that you had to explain to someone in your table what's going on? For example,
Yeah, explain that.
we had a four top.
Okay.
And they order this item that requires a presentation.
Okay.
So obviously, we want everyone to be in the table for the presentation.
Right.
In the meantime, they're preparing items on the back. And the worst thing that will happen, your items will stay on what we call the window underneath a heat lamp so that it has maybe about 5 minutes time so that we can bring it to you. One table got up from the table and went outside.
To go smoke a cigarette.
For whatever reason. So we go to the guest and say, hey, sir,
Something.
it's been a while since your guest is out. We're about to do the presentation. Want to make sure everybody's here. Oh, yeah. That person's just out there waiting for something. I walk outside. The person who was outside got on a car and left.
And left.
And I'm like,
Well, it's not wrong. They're doing something.
and then you go to and then I go to the guest and sir, do you know where? Because the person that was outside, it's not there.
The guy with the guy with the green shirt.
The
The guy with the green shirt and the eye patch. Just making sure. That motherfucker's gone.
That's not there.
He gone.
Funny thing, fast forward, person came back. It got on the car and came back.
That sounds like.
Oh, what you doing? I don't know.
That sounds like a pickup to me.
That sounds like something. That
That's a
sounds like
pick-
something.
that's
The
a
point
picker
is,
right there.
nobody in that table knew. We didn't know. Food was just waiting on the window.
Mm-hmm.
What are we to do at that point? So, person drive. We quickly did the presentation. Food went out, and I mean,
in situations
Hey.
like that, where do you ever?
whose fault is that? However, some restaurants might even do worse because I wanted to
Right.
mention this. I used to work in a restaurant that if a guest got up the table, we would have to inform the kitchen. And if the food was about to come out, they'll throw it out and they'll make it again. I wonder if they're still doing that. I doubt it because food cost is up there. And I don't think any restaurant can manage that right now. But we had to do that. And that was terrible.
You
So those Megans, 20 minutes in the bathroom, that will
You're
destroy
crazy.
everything in the kitchen.
No siree, Bob.
But that's how important it was for that restaurant to put everything in that table fresh.
The most I'll do
So, yeah.
is I'll go out and get somebody.
Yeah, be like, hey, your presentation's about to come.
Yeah.
We need everybody on the table. Or are you okay with us going without you? Because
Right.
yeah,
I'll
that needs
poke
to
out.
go.
I'll poke my head out the restaurant. I'll be like, "Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt your 7th cigarette, but would you like to come inside and continue to dine because that's why you came here?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother you. That's my bad.
Yeah. I know you're having a good time there, but we need you
Dude,
here.
it happens the same way every single time. It's time sensitive and someone's in the fucking bathroom forever. Someone's smoking a fucking cigarette that's this big, or at that moment, I gotta close this deal. I gotta take this phone call. I'll be back in 35 minutes. Fuck. It's so annoying, man.
Yeah, and it's important that when those things happen, also tell one person at the table, we're going to continue.
So annoying.
Even though that person might not be here. As long as you communicate it, you'll be okay. And that's important that you as guests can always communicate, because some guests are like, hey, do I have time? Because I want to walk out for like
Right.
5 minutes.
That's cool,
thank
man.
you. If you're one of those, thank you. You're
That's
just like, hey, I'm
cool.
just going to go out for a quick smoke. And I tell them, hey, food's going to be out in 7 minutes. Are going to be fine? I'll go get you. And then I'll go back and I'm like, hey, guys, food's ready.
That's cool, man.
Because we had that communication. We can't have communication other than what you want to eat.
That's cool.
Please,
I got a dilemma.
go for it.
We work in a loud restaurant.
Very light.
Busy, buzzy, frantic, chaotic,
What was that?
right? Chaotic. So when I go out to eat, I want to eat somewhere chill. That's just the way I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, some of the places that I enjoy are popular restaurants. So the chill moments are few and far between.
Yeah.
So my dilemma is complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I go out to eat, I want to be at the restaurant when it's quiet. But what's the problem? If that restaurant is always quiet, it'll close eventually. So I want it to be busy when I'm not there. But when I go, I want it to be dead. Okay? It's a big dilemma I'm having.
It sounds very New Yorker of you. Very New
It's a
Yorker
big
of you.
dilemma
Yeah.
because I go to this place called Cotidiano.
Yeah.
It opened a few months ago. They're like a Mexican spot. It's always empty. I fear that it might close, and it's a shame because everyone who works there is very, very sweet and kind, and everything I've had there is really good. The coffee is amazing, but I don't. Every time I go, it's empty, and I hate it. It makes me sad because I'm like, they're like in Wynwood-ish. They're like right behind the Salvation Army. So, so it's like they're paying Wynwood rent. I mean, that's Wynwood, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. But
feel
yeah,
you.
I got that dilemma.
I have a similar one, and it's space. When I walk into a restaurant and I see that they have this huge, luscious, beautiful lobby, I'm like, oh, this place is gonna close soon. Because you can't have all that space and not pay for it. You know, they closed Sultan. This used to be a little Mediterranean space between Mint and like
Yeah,
it's
on the
super
beach,
popular.
on the beach, yeah.
And they wanted to charge $300 per square foot. That's $30,000 a month.
That's crazy.
Just to stay afloat, selling what baklava and kebab, maybe some Like, what is wrong with
It's crazy,
you?
bro.
So whenever I see space in restaurants, I'm like, this is a little too spacey. Let me enjoy it now because it might not be here.
You have to wonder. What plans people make when they open restaurants and their use of space. You ever been to Mother Wolf?
I am not.
Eric, you been to Mother Wolf? No.
Maybe we'll check it out for spice. They have spice?
They do. They do have spice. They do have spice. Yeah. Mother Wolf. The first time I went there wasn't that good, but all the times after that, it's been great. Really, really good. Solid. Is this the chef named Evan Funky? I think it's Funky.
Yeah.
Pronounced Funky.
Don't quote us.
He was on like Eater, like whatever. Really cool guy. But when you walk in, it's the most awkward atrium to a restaurant I've ever seen. It's humongous and like empty, and they have a piano, and they got a big waiting area and a huge thing. I mean, in all, with all due respect, it's an ugly fucking restaurant. It's really ugly. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Like, does this kind of work? I love the fact that the restaurant has like a sort of gaudy Italian kind of vibe. Like, it's almost like it's like from the 90s, and you have to walk in with like women walk in with like padded suits, you know what I'm saying? And like fluffy hair.
Ooh.
It's an ugly fucking restaurant, but the food is amazing. And I love the difference between the service style and how ugly it is. It's like the servers wear suits, but the restaurant is ugly. I can't get over how ugly this fucking place is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have so much space, and it's weird. It's like, why is this restaurant so fucking big? It's like a huge, dude. When you go, please remember, you walk in, it's just like a big fucking space. There's like a thing of a horse, and it's like a little fountain, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
So cute.
But the food
But at the
is
same
great.
time,
though.
it's like,
But the food is great. The food is great.
place is gonna close.
I'd recommend it.
Speaking of ugly things, there's something that I've been seeing a lot in a lot of restaurants. And to whom it applies, please pay attention. And I want to talk about carrying glassware and dropping glassware on the table. Let's make some examples, shall we? Let's go. So, I have this lovely tray here with a bunch of glassware and different kinds. Now, in the restaurant industry, we talk about the 50-50 rule. And that 50-50 rule applies for if it's under 50% liquid, then you want to offer another drink. And also, when you grab things, you want to grab them below the 50% line. Say this here, I have the shot glass here. I'm not going to grab it from the top. I'm going to grab it from the bottom. I'm going to place it in front of the guests. Anything that has a neck, you always want to grab by the neck, never from the top. Again, from the neck, just goes down. If it were a martini glass, anything from the neck. It's even better if you grab it a little bit lower, kind of like a rose. See? Right there. Because when you don't, you never want to do this and put a bunch of marks. Again, same here. 50% red, everything here, 50%. We never want to do this. I hate it. I've seen people drop drinks and be like, here's your drink, sir.
Yeah. I do that sometimes.
Here.
I do that sometimes.
Have a drink of that.
I do
sir.
that sometimes.
Have a drink of that. Have a little sip.
But what I do
or
is,
even worse, when you pick up items, again, you do it from the bottom. But no. You see people that. Oh yeah,
no,
right
no.
here, right
No,
here.
no,
Let me get that. Let me
Finger-
get that right there. Right there. It's very nice.
The water glass finger bang is a fucking
Exactly.
cardinal sin.
Absolutely.
Finger banging glasses is a sin.
And another one I want to get nice and close to you because this is important as well because this goes to what I started the show with, Crumbs. Another one that's very important is your glassware. I'm going to get close so you see this. I intentionally left one of these glasses dirty. All right? And I'm going to get right here so you can see. Look at this bad boy. You want this? Is that what you want? Look at this, Minnie. Huh? Is that what you want? You want it nice and dirty? Or even one of them, I left my lip intentionally so you can kind of see it. Is that what you want to have? Or, again, this one. Look at that. Now, there are water spots. And water spots are okay. I want to mention this real quick. Now, there are water spots in some of these. And water spots, yeah, they're okay. They happen. Some of them are really hard to take off, especially depending on the composition of the glass that you have or the machines that you use. Another thing that is very important is what rag are you using to clean those? Because this year is a microfiber. These do a well job. They can get the job done. But as they get more and more dirty, well, you get a lot more streaks, you get a lot more water stains. Proper water glass or glassware, you want to use one of these. Now, these bad boys are pricey. At one point, they were like 25. They're probably like 30 to 50 bucks right now. These guys are pricey.
I know a guy. I could get you a couple.
And you know where they all end up. That's an issue. I remember I used to work in this place, and the sommelier used to take them and wash them himself and bring them back just because of how often these would disappear. And again, it's a tool that we need in order to do the proper job. And if we don't have the tools, well, look at that. That might happen. So just kind of wanted to go over the importance of that, because if a guest is just sipping their wine and taking a nice little look, a couple of little water spots are okay, but my lip there, not so much. So please, let's detail our stations before we receive guests so that when they sit, they don't see crumbs nor stains, and they can really live the illusion that we create for them. Don't break the spells. Seth?
I think the ability to go eat at a restaurant should be given to anybody. You know, you can't underestimate the power that food has, right? That being said, if you have a lot of allergies, you should stay the fuck home. You should stay home. Honestly, because sometimes it's too much. Has anyone ever handed you a card, like a business card that notes all their allergies? Dude, once you get past like 4 allergies, stay the fuck home, bro. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It's too much. Sometimes it's too much, though. Sometimes
The
it's
one
too
that I
much.
say is that if you think that you're going to a restaurant and you're going to eat healthier than you could do at home, then that is not correct. Because we've spoken about how much full of oil, salts, and sugar things are in restaurants meant for you to love them.
That's why it's so good.
And you come back. So if you think, oh, I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant because every time I go there, I get my healthy. No. Even if healthy is on the name of the restaurant,
Healthy food.
it is not healthy.
It's not working. Restaurant food is not healthy. That's why it's so fucking good.
That's why it's delicious.
That's why it's so good.
And you take all that beef fats, those
Yeah,
tallows,
man.
that butter, the oils.
Allergies, allergies are weird. Do you have any allergies?
I do not, thank God.
Yeah. I don't have any deathly allergies, any like anaphylactic allergies, but I am slightly allergic, it seems, to some kind of stone fruit, like either like a plum or some kind of cherry. And I've always had a mild irritation whenever I eat caviar. I think I've told you this.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
I can't eat caviar and I can't eat some kind of stone fruits.
Man.
But again, it's not like anaphylactic. It's not like I need an EpiPen. If I eat any of those things, it just makes my mouth itch for a little bit.
Nice. And if you know someone who is an allergist, I would love to have you on our show. I've been meaning to talk allergies and what's BS, what's not BS, a couple of data and stuff. So if you know that person, let us know. Slide into our DMs. Sorry about that. Now, yeah, something I want to close with, something that I noticed lately.
Talk to me.
It's about payment. Now, I will tell a lot of things are happening in restaurants. Little micro payments here, micro tax here going on. And it is to the point that we have to start looking at our receipts again. It's unfortunate because something that when you go to a restaurant, you just want to throw your card out there and be like, I'm done. I want to get out of here. But there's a lot of micro charges in there that are happening. One of them, for example, have you been to a restaurant where instead of bringing you the check, they bring you a QR code so that you can scan it and pay?
I've seen it before, yeah.
Those are really nice. You say, oh, this is cool because you can even split and be like, oh, I had item A and B and split it, and then you had C and D, and it's all done through the app. No interaction with the server, no give me your card, I'll swipe it, all that. However, when you pay that, there is a transaction fee to the app, and guess who pays for that? You do. Like, that's how it is. And again, micro things that you might want to consider because they are happening. And another one, this I haven't confirmed myself, but I look forward to giving it a try. I saw this video going online and getting a lot of attention that someone went to order in Shake Shack in one of the ordering kiosks. So didn't talk to a person, didn't do anything. I just order, pick up, threw it in the trash when I was done because usually those are more self-serve. And when the person was finishing their ordered 3 items, like a 2 burgers and a shake. And then the checkout says, would you like to add a tip? The person said, no. And at that moment, it showed reviewing some of your items. And you could see that it added $1 to each of the burgers and 50 cents or something like that to the shake. So if you don't tip, you're still going to pay for service. Little things that are happening, just bringing them out for you to know. Be aware because sometimes now in your check, you might see a couple of things in there that you weren't planning for. Just letting you know. And let us know what you think about that. Let us know if it's true, not true. We intend to find out.
Let us know something.
Yeah.
Anything.
Last words, sir.
It's just world peace. World peace.
Well, always a pleasure here to have you. In 2 weeks' time, we are on the 25th. 25th, right? On the 25th of this month, we are going out. We're going to take our set and we're going to put it somewhere that people are going to be passing by, a lot of walking. So hopefully you have a chance to sit with us no more than 4 minutes so we can have a couple of those conversations about the restaurant industry where perhaps we might even defend the restaurant industry or maybe even take your side. Who knows? So stick to that. Check us out on the socials. So we'll be posting more information about that. Hopefully see you on the 25th. And as always, thank you for listening.
Take care, everybody.